Right, so what I've got with me today is one of the original Crosman American Classics, the 1377. This one was manufactured in January 1979, and as you can see from the side there, it's got a cocking knob and a sliding breech, unlike the modern ones that now have bolt action breeches. So basically what you used to do is cock it and pump it. So we get 3 pumps. Now we'll give it 10. So, totally recall this rifle. It's pneumatic, it's a pump action one. So that was basically the first pre-charged rifles and pistols with the pump action ones, like your Sheridans and Aces from Japan, your Daisies and all that thing. But this pistol, when it was made, was full power pistol. You probably get 5 foot-pounds out of them. It came in 22177. This is 177. I did a custom wooden start. I just did it out of 2x4 wood actually, just to see if I could do it. And I did a palm rest on it there, so it makes it really steady when holding it. You can get aftermarket parts for these, like the Crosman 2240. Different length barrels, different stocks. You can make them totally different. Probably the most expensive air guns really, because you can spend that much on them. They come with shoulder stocks if you want longer barrels, like I say. But this one's really nice. I've had it all that time. So what's that, about 45 years old now, I think. But I did service it a couple of years ago now. You saw it on the channel if you look back. But I was having it was still leaking, and what I'd done, I'd actually polished the bloody valve on it, and it had made it leak on the outside. So I didn't realise where it was leaking, so I thought I'll get a new valve stem, and it's still leaking. So then I knew that it was leaking on the outside of the valve at the O-ring. So put a bigger O-ring on it, that solved the problem. So it's now got new internals on the valve, and it's got a new big O-ring on the outside of the valve to stop the air going past it. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to chronograph it. I'm going to see what power it's getting from 3 pumps to start off with, and then we'll do 10 pumps. So let's get on with the test. I will be using the H&M Barracuda lights at 9.57 grains. I think these are a 4.5 head on it, so they're not as thick as some that come up to 4.53 head. So not as tight in the barrel, so could be less power, but we're going to test it anyway. Got a target set up here. I'll do the chronographing as well, so we'll get on with it. Okay, then I've now got the Crosman domed Ultra Magnums at 10.5 grains. Crosman and a Crosman, it ought to work, doesn't it? We'll see. 3 pumps. No. Two, 3, 4.
298.
Okay, so it's picking up at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
289. 298. 298.
It's quite consistent. This is the last one, so we've got on average
300.
Okay then, so I'm going to check out the actual statistics for this. So 5 shots, we've got an average of 297 feet per second. That's 11 feet per second spread and a 3.9 standard deviation from 4 pumps. So if we now go to foot pounds, 4 pumps gives us 2.1 foot pounds average. So that's not too bad, 4 pumps. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to do an extra 2, so see what it's doing on 6 pumps. So I'm going to do a new string. So 3 pumps is ideal for indoor target work.
2.6.
Okay, that's foot pounds.
2.7. 2.7. 2.9. 2.6.
Okay then, I think that was 5 shots. Yeah, so that gave us an average of 2.7 foot pounds, a high of 2.9, a low of 2.6. So feet per second wise, that was an average of 340 feet per second. Spread is 16 feet per second, and a standard deviation of 5.5 feet per second. So that is 6 pumps. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to straight up to 10 pumps. Cock the pistol, safe to catch on. Ten pumps. Now this is the benefit of having a pump gun. It's a bit like a Springer, it's self-contained as far as the power goes, you don't need any air tanks or CO2s. Let's go back to it. And what I'm probably doing now is going over the speed, so I'm just going to adjust the settings again. This is the only downside to the FX Chrome, you have to adjust it depending on what you're shooting. Projectile, general, that's where we need to be, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go for pistol, 295 to 720. Okay, there we go again.
$383.
No.
385. 396. 397. 387.
Okay then, so that's an average of 390 feet per second, 14 feet per second spread, and 5.8 feet per second standard deviation. Okay then, so 10 pumps is giving it 3.5 foot pounds. You've got to remember it is an old pistol. Different pellets will give different readings, because they're all different down the barrel. But that's not too bad for a 45-year-old pistol, is it really? 3.5 foot pounds. Better than most Springer pistols. So what I might do now, I'll give it, see if 12 pumps will get any more. So reset the string. There we go then. The readings will probably come out in foot pounds this time.
3.8. 3. 3.7. 3.7.
So, with a shoulder stock on, you could actually do some ratting with this close up if you're within 10 yards anyway. And because it's pneumatic, you can keep it loaded, just leave safe to catch on. So if you're waiting for something to come along, you can do. There we go.
3.7.
There's the last one then.
3.9.
3.9. Yeah, I'm doing well. Okay then, so it's an average of 3.8 foot-pounds, high 3.9, low 3.7. So feet per second. Got an average of 401 feet per second, a spread of 10 feet per second, standard deviation 3.5 feet per second. So it's quite efficient at that power. So there we go. That's the 45-year-old Crosman American Classic 1377 pneumatic pistol. Shall I try 14?
Sixth. 414. 404. 408. 402.
Okay then, 14 pumps, 6 shots, average of 408 feet per second, high of 415 feet per second, low 402, 13 feet per second spread, 4.8 feet per second standard deviation. Yeah, so not getting much more out of it. So 14 pumps will give it the most power. So that's an average of 3.9 foot-pounds, a high of 4 foot-pounds, a low of 3.8. So yeah, done really well for a 45-year-old pistol. Obviously pre-charged pneumatics of today you can get 5.5 foot-pounds, but this is an old one, it's a pump gun, so done really well for itself. Okay then folks, so the old American Classic did do a really good account of itself. It's fully serviced now, and at over 400 feet per second, or close to 4 foot-pounds. It's not a bad pistol. I mean, if you're in a garage like this one, you've got mice around, that will easily take them out. I mean, 3 foot-pounds of shell kill a rabbit. But you've got to remember, this is a muzzle energy, not the distance of that. So 14 pumps is as much as you'll get out of it, but you'll get 4 foot-pounds and probably 3 foot-pounds up to 15 yards, so not bad. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Give me a good workout as well.